my favorite part is being able to create new programs for students. I am an avid believer in education. My philosophy is that of empowerment. And I believe that when I empower you with education, I've opened the world so that you can explore. I believe in nursing. I believe nursing is the greatest profession in the whole world. And we are here to care, we are here to love, we are here to help you to heal. Not just physically, but holistically.
I love it. How important is it to you? Looking around, I'm seeing all of these degrees and all this accomplishment, and I'm loving it. How important is it to you to have women of color that look like you to come here to Cabarrus?
It is absolutely essential. We are part of a diverse population, and I believe that we need to be represented intelligently by people who can articulate, represented intelligently by people who could stand up and verbalize what needs to be done for people that are disadvantaged, for underserved populations. I think it's important.
Well, Dr. Bam, my name is Alexandria Washington, and I need an application. Where I'm at? Where my application at? I'm signing up today. I love it. Nice. You liking the Charlotte area?
I love it.
Oh.
I wouldn't change it for anything. I love the people. I think they're very personable, and it's so great to walk up to someone and just strike up a conversation without knowing them. I think it's second to none.
That's me all day. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So tell me this. What is one of the biggest things that you want to bring to Cabarrus College coming into a new year, 2018, in your recruitment efforts and trying to get people here to come to the school?
I'm trying to start a master's program.
Oh.
And my dream, or the top of my wish list, is to create a program that would bring the ADN, meaning a student with an associate degree, straight to the master's degree.
Nice.
And should we be able to get that passed, I think it would accelerate the pathway for excellence for nurses, because right now the call is for nurses prepared at a baccalaureate degree. But we understand the climate that we're in, we understand the financial constraints, and most people wanting a degree want to get to school and be able to work as quickly as they can. But this will facilitate both pathways, as it would allow you to get an education, be able to work, continue your education, and move to a mastery level of that graduate education.
Okay, my last question for you. When did you fall in love with nursing? Because you had me captivated. I'm just like, I'm all in it right now, and I have never even thought about healthcare. When did you fall in love with nursing? Give me that moment.
I fell in love with nursing when I had my second daughter.
What's her name?
Her name is Keola.
Okay.
And when she was born, it was a time when they had an outbreak of German measles.
Okay.
And I had contracted German measles. And they told me that I needed to have an abortion, but I didn't believe in it. And they said my baby would be born with many defects. And I said, I am going to have this child regardless. And when she was born, it was amazing because she looked normal, but I didn't know she had significant hearing loss. And it took everything to teach her how to speak with her physical therapist. When everyone in the summer was outside playing, we were there practicing how to pronounce words, how to say words. And I am grateful for her doctor who said, do not teach her sign language. Teach her to speak and depend on the hearing she has. And I'm here to tell you today, I was then interested not only in helping my own daughter, but helping every other parent, every other child that was born with a defect. And I can tell you today, I have 3 children, and thank God they're all educated to a master's degree. And that child was the quickest to go through college. She was the one who got all the scholarships because she was straight smart. She's an accountant by trade, and she, of course, has a master's degree. And when you speak to her, you will not be able to determine that she wears hearing aids to assist her. We consider her normal. She's married with 3 children, 3 gorgeous children, you know, and she lives a normal life. And that's my goal, to help people who started off, as we say, with a defect, or started off not as an equal participant, to help you to push forward and to excel past those who we call normal.
Love it. You got
Hey guys, Ella the Pup here with 92.7 The Block, Radio 1 Charlotte, and I am here at Cabarrus College of Health Sciences, joined by Mr. Jameson and Miss Tracy. I want to go on a tour.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, let's go on the
Let's
tour.
go, let's go.
computer lab here, and then back here's our Avenue C, where they eat. They can get anything they want. Our core values are teamwork, commitment, caring, and so we allow students to just kind of come and help themselves, and then they have to do the Scantron and then we've got the computer lab that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and our students can just kind of ching ching and come on in.
Awesome.
This is our computer lab, and this is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and our students are able to come in here and download any kind of documents that they need from class. They can use the printers, they can print off all their different assignments and workshops that we do. We also have the staplers and all that kind of stuff.
So y'all are hella prepared.
And so, this is really cool. They actually have access all day, every day.
How often do you guys come in here? Often?
Yeah.
She's like, this is
busy
life.
time of the year.
Yeah.
It's really, really going.
I'm surprised there's only 2 people in here right now.
Really,
Right.
it's packed like that usually.
Yeah.
So what's the latest that you come in here?
I never come up here whenever I'm not in school, so like right after classes to like 5. It's
Okay.
probably the latest I'm here, but I know it's packed after that.
Right. Cool stuff. Well, good luck this semester, girl.
Hey.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Yeah. And then this is our little.
But I think honestly, we truly are student-centered. Students are at the core of everything that we think about, everything that we do, the decisions that we make, the services we put in place. And I think a lot of people talk about being student-centered, and that they don't they're really
They don't
not
put it into
commit-
action.
Yeah, they're not really committed to it like we are. And I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've been a dean for over 30 years at lots of different places. Really big schools, really little schools, mid-sized schools, Jesuit Institute, So I've kind of hit the gamut, and I think anybody in their right mind in higher education would say that we're student-centered. But this college truly puts it to action each and every day.
I love that.
So that's what I
Yay.
would say. We've been here a really long time, and we're sort of a diamond in the rough, well-known secret. If you live here, then you know about us, but if you don't really, we're kind of a really great secret.
That's why we're about
And
to
we
tap into
have
some
got
tools.
to expand our reach, and we just haven't. We don't really have a lot of resources at our disposal because everybody here is doing a lot of different things. So we're sort of small on staff, which is great because it gives people the family feel, but it means it's a lot to try to ask people to do multiple things. And and our budgets have been tight, so, we're frugal. How about that?
Yeah.
But we realize now that we really, if we're going to do justice to really reaching out and trying to attract more people, and I'll be truthful, a diverse student population, we have got to spend some money expanding our reach,
Well, let me
and
tell
doing
you.
more marketing. So
92.7 The Block, we care about education and we care about
Good.
our people
I'm
getting
glad.
it. So I'm glad that we had the choice and the option, the opportunity to
Yeah.
even be here to spread that word. Because it's
Well,
important.
Yeah, it is important, and healthcare is important, and we've got to have lots of caregivers, and we train some of the best, honestly.
I like the fact that one of the biggest things I think I like most about Cabarrus is that it's like a part of the Carolina healthcare system. So
yes.
you're right smack dab in the
Right.
middle of all things. And a lot of nursing schools don't have the opportunity. You
Right.
get the school, you get in the classroom, you get the knowledge, but you got to go search around to get the opportunity. And to be right smack dab is so awesome.
Things that are different here is that our students start their clinical experiences the first semester they're in school.
Wow.
Lots of them wait have to wait until at least their third semester. And that's unusual. So, you come, you're like, oh yeah, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a surg tech. Well, in week 3, you're going into the OR, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't like that. I want to do something else.
Right.
Healthcare is for me, but maybe not
Not that
part. Right.
Right?
So people really get a hands-on right away, and again, that doesn't really happen anywhere, but that's part of our philosophy of putting students first, making sure that they're going to do something that they are going to be passionate about. If you're passionate about your work, you're going to be more successful, you're going to be happier at it, and that's our goal, is to make sure that we're aligning them with the things that they're going to end up being passionate about. So.
Honey, this is the year of alignment, honey. We gonna get these things up in this thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited. Hi, Allie. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I
She's
love
our provost.
Awesome. Okay.
She's over our faculty.
Nice.
And she does a great job with making sure
So
that.
tell me a little bit about the faculty. I hear it's a family.
It is a
oriented.
family, and it's one of the best places I've ever worked because of that family. They truly care about the students. They are-
See, we didn't even prep her.
There you go.
Student
They
center.
are student-centered.
Yep.
They really care about their success, and they worry a lot about graduating folks that are prepared to work with the patient population. So you can't ask for better.
Awesome. Talk to me a little bit about the staff, though, in general. Outside of caring for the students, what are their backgrounds and what's their strengths and things like that?
Absolutely. So we've got people who
Yeah.
have been practicing professionals, so they've been in the clinical arena for all of these years before they ever got here. So you've got people in nursing, occupational therapy, medical assisting, pharmacy tech, you've got people in surgical technology and several other fields.
So it goes on and
They
on.
go on and on and on. And so they still have that clinical practice as part of their passion, if you will, and they want to share that passion with other people.
So, Meg, tell me what's your favorite part about working here at Cabarrus College?
I love the passion and the innovation. We're constantly looking for cutting edge things that are happening in the industry, and we want to bring those to our students. We want to get our students out into the community so that they are working with patient populations before they ever leave here. We want to give back to the community and help improve the health of our community. So that's why I love working here.
I'm all for it.
One of the things that's unique about our school, and I think really special about it, is that our students, I mean, you heard different people talk about putting students first, but that putting student first is to make sure that they're successful. And it's not just getting them to graduation, because for our students, being successful means you've got to pass your boards.
Right.
You got to get licensed.
Because if not, you can't get no
Then
money.
you can't get a job, right? And our kids have great success, and all of our programs have over a 90% pass rate for
Whoa.
first-time
For
test
first time?
First-time test takers. And there are a few of our programs that have 100%, but everybody's close to the mid-90s on first-time test takers pass rates.
So what do you contribute that to? Is it the smaller class sizes? Because even glancing in different, spaces, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not too big of a class where I feel like I'm drowning in my learning, but it's big enough to where I feel like I can bounce off of a peer of mine, or really have that one-to-one contact with my professor.
I think it's the one-on-one contact with the professors. I certainly think it's the small class size that you get individualized attention. I think it's the variety of support services we provide to students
a lot.
outside of the classroom.
Okay.
I mean, we're a small school. You get a college experience in terms of some of the social and fun things, but you also get big school experience relative to the support you get out of the classroom in
Right.
terms of academic support, tutoring, guided study session, individualized sessions for tutoring.
Even when you need some you time to go to the quiet room and ain't nobody in there.
It's sort of just, and that kind of attention to it from our staff is individualized. You don't get to go to a big institution and walk up to the front window and say, hey, could I talk to Valerie or Robin in financial aid because I'm having a few issues? Or could I pop in and see Sherry and talk about some time management skills I need? And most of the time, it's an immediate response.
For sure.
You sit down, you wait, You walk in and you get to talk to these
Or
guys.
you send an email
Yeah.
and it's an empty
Yeah.
response.
And Jameson
Because you have
is-
so many people to get back to at a big college, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And also, I think the hands-on component that we provide for the students, clinical starting within about 2 to 3 weeks of the actual start date of school.
Right.
So they jump right in. Very fast paced, but it definitely helps out in the long run because experience is the best teacher. For sure.
This
So-
is true.
And our faculty student ratio is like 1 to 6.
That's good.
So, that doesn't happen at other places either. But again, I'll tell you that it all goes back to being student-centered, is making sure that those individual students are being tended to, whatever their need is, and getting them the right kind of help and in front of the right people to help them, to make them successful.
Being the dean, how important is that to you? What was that? That was like a huge, I can tell by talking to you and hearing your passion about it. Like, you come into a situation, you come into a college and you're the person in charge and you set the tone, you set the standard. Was that one of the things that you came in and said, this is what I want this college to be?
Yeah, and it was already like that. I mean, they wouldn't be here for 75 years if they didn't care about students and put them first. But it was imperative. I mean, that we have to maintain that perspective and that commitment to our students. It's the right thing to do, but it will sustain us in the long run. Because our students will tell other students how great of an experience it was, how successful they were. And I mean, we hear it from across the street. You hear
Right.
people who've been employees at the hospital for years, decades, and they are thrilled to have our students over there. They're thrilled to hire our graduates because they know how well trained and prepared they are.
And you set them up for success.
Yes.
This is great.
Yep.
I love Compare.
Thanks, Allie.
I look like my best person.
Hallie actually teaches our first nursing class,
Okay.
Nursing 111, and that's when the students first come in. So she's got them in clinical and the teaching the very first class. So she's got a big job.
What's your favorite part about working here at Kabirs?
I would say two things, Allie. One is because I teach fundamentals and I see the students coming in their first semester, and then I kind of can see how they grow. And secondly, a lot of our grads are across the street at Northeast. And I can continue to see them grow in their role as nurses because I'm over there doing clinical with my own students. And I see them, they've been out for a year or 2 years or 5 years, and
You and there were the students like, oh, there go Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
that's right. I had
gotcha.
her in my class. She's a great nurse, so
That's awesome.
that's pretty gratifying.
Love it.
So
Awesome. So you teach the middle kind of level course,
The
right?
second nursing course.
Okay, so when the students come in as a new student, what should they already have down packed when they get to you?
Okay, being that I teach the second nursing course, they should have that foundational nursing aspect. So in the first nursing course, they learn pretty much the nursing process.
Okay.
That basic nursing care. So having that basic foundational nursing is expected when they come to my course. So when they get to the second nursing course, we just take it a step further.
Okay.
And this is a really scary profession because, nowadays with healthcare, students have to abide by, high levels of integrity because you're dealing with medicines and needles and pills and,
And a high level of
and the high
character
level of
because you
care.
mess
Yeah,
around and-
mess around with somebody. Yeah.
Exactly, and somebody then had to come and handle you.
Right.
You know what
And the
I'm
other
saying?
thing-
But that's serious
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
you know?
you're right.
People
Yeah.
take that kind of stuff seriously. You can take care of somebody's grandparent or parent. Like they all up on you like they know what to do.
Right,
you know?
right. And we're highly involved in diversity in healthcare education, and that's one of the things that we're really looking toward because, there are situations where you have African Americans or people of color who come into a room and it's a patient who's different than they are, and they may not necessarily want that care from that person. So we also are kind of trying to teach our students how to act and things to say and how to have to understand that.
And make
in
the
terms
experience a
of-
little bit more comforting on both
comfortable
ends.
On both ends, yeah. But
And not only that, but also to be able to handle someone who may not know what questions to ask, you know, because a lot of times, especially with minorities, we don't know what questions to ask when we're in a, you know, hospital setting, or when we're getting attended to for like injuries or whatever the case may be. So definitely teaching students in nursing, occupational therapy, all of our programs here, how to deal with patients who may not be well informed.
And reach them where they are.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it's not a breakdown in communication.
Exactly.
That is very important. That's good to know.
Yeah, and you know, we've all been there.
What's poppin', Charlotte? It's your girl, Out of the Pub, here with 92.7 The Block, and I'm joined here with my Cabarrus crew. I got Ariana in the building, I got Matt, and I got Charles. So I need y'all to talk to me, real talk. What's really great about Cabarrus?
Well, I'll tell you what's really great. We have a very small staff to student ratio, and all the care here and all the teaching here is one-on-one. Everything is student-centered. They love us, we love them, and they take care of us here.
Okay. Did they pay her to say that? Is this real? So everybody's telling me the student-centered phrase. Do you think that it's really student-centered?
Of course.
Yeah.
One thing that's great about it being student-centered is the staff. They take it real personal with you. They want to make sure that you succeed and make sure they give you the tools to do that.
Yeah, and Cabarrus College speaks first class upon Carolina's healthcare system. So when you come here as a student, you're actually not going into a job, but you're actually learning a career.
I love that. And so one of the biggest things that I think, if I were coming into Cabarrus College as a student, one of the things that really just like surprised me, because I haven't seen it in a lot of other nursing schools, and maybe I'm just foreign to it, but the fact that you guys sit smack dab in the middle of Carolina's healthcare system, like, that's pretty dope, right? So, and from what I hear from the teachers and the professors, you actually go in like your second or third week of school, like.
Yeah,
she said, yeah.
Yeah, we do. As a nursing student, we started clinicals our first semester. I know a lot of schools like push the clinicals off to the end. We jump straight in our first semester, and that's really great because we start getting hands-on experience. Our first semester, you know, we start seeing what things are as real nurses, and it just really prepares us for careers as nurses early on instead of, you know, at the end when we're about to graduate.
I love it. So you guys have some time to just be like, okay, this ain't work for me. Did you guys have any of those experiences going in that second and third week? Like, okay, bro, this ain't my steal.
I think we were very excited.
Yeah.
We were very happy to be here. A lot of us, it took a long way for us to be here and be successful. We have exciting plans coming up last semester and this semester for clinicals. We worked with pediatrics. Now we're transitioning to geriatric and mental health. So we have a lot of exciting things here at this school that we want to be able to take place in.
Awesome. Being a black male here, how does that look like? What's a day like that, man?
Yeah, being a black male here.
In nursing, right?
Well, we're in the OTA program,
Okay.
but same thing. The OTA program is mainly Caucasian females. So being a black male representing, you know, a different aspect, we can still bring the same work ethic and still be hired with the same amount of pay, and, you know, get into the program and make sure we're represented well, especially coming from different backgrounds, make sure it's diverse at Cabarrus College.
Now, here and speaking to that diversity with Cabarrus College, how important is it to you all to have people that look like us join the crew?
It's definitely important seeing the staff that looks like us, and they encourage us to succeed, and they push us a little further to make sure that we do represent well. And so when we actually get out into the work field, it's more diverse, and the patients see that it's diverse. They see it's not just one-way street.
Yeah, especially in occupational therapy, there's a need for African American males. Usually there's a different range of ethnic groups that's doing occupational therapy, but it's actually a strong need for male African Americans to be healthcare professionals.
And to be present, right? So, guess my last question would be, what is your favorite part of being here at Cabarrus? If I was a student, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming in like, okay, why should I join? Why should I sign up? Why should I enroll at Cabarrus? What would be the thing that you tell me?
Well, a great thing for Cabarrus is the fact that they do their best to set you up with a job before you graduate and well advanced in graduation.
That's always good, ain't it?
So, yeah.
Got to get the money, got to get the bag, right? What about you?
I think a great benefit is, like you were talking about, we're connected to Carolina's healthcare. So you get a lot of networking in, whether you're doing clinicals and you're going to different facilities and you're talking to different doctors, nurses, getting that experience. So actually when you do get out, you have that networking access.
That's awesome.
For me, you are able to be connected with a lot of the instructors who has tons of healthcare experience. So as soon as you come in, just like what we mentioned, we're connected to Carolina's healthcare system. That's the first thing that they're going to look at as students. We have students that's within our system, so they're going to want to have us be able to get a career with them.
That's awesome.